You just don't know when you might need a powerful defence capability. I don't imagine that too many Australians thought in 1990 that we might have to send a substantial military force to East Timor in 1999. I don't imagine that in 1999 too many Australians would have thought that we would have had to make a significant contribution to the invasion of Iraq. I don't imagine in 1999 we would have contemplated for a second a decade-long military commitment in Afghanistan. You just don't know what's around the corner. You do know that the world remains a difficult and often a dangerous place, and sensible countries have to have military forces capable of dealing with foreseeable contingencies. We just don't know what's around the corner. We do know that a substantial and serious country like Australia has got to have an effective air force, and that means an effective joint strike capability.
Senator Johnson, when you were in opposition, you were always saying that the Labor government could never say where the money was going to come from for these big acquisitions. Now you're in government, you're saying that the money is already there because it's been saved by sensible governments in the past. Can you just explain that, that contradiction?
Specifically with respect to submarines, that is the problem. But with respect to this particular program, the Joint Strike Fighter, thankfully there has been bipartisanship and the money has consistently been put aside in the Defence Capability Plan so that we can make this announcement today as not a new policy proposal. This is money that has been set aside.
So what is the dollar figure on how much has already been put aside, and what is the dollar figure on how much will need to appear in the forward estimate?
The proposal we took to Cabinet had provision for no new money, so $12.4 billion is the figure.
So, sorry, just to follow up on that, so $12.4 billion has already been put aside in the budget. That money is already there.
That's correct.
This purchase, which is $12 billion for the aircraft and equipment associated with the aircraft, and a further $12 billion to keep them operational until 2024. This is in the Defence Capability Plan, which is provided for in the budget. So this is not new money. It's money which successive governments have carefully put aside to ensure that our nation's defences are strong. John?
Oh, I think you've answered it, Prime Minister. We have been putting the money away, a line item called Air Combat Capability, and it's been there, it's been building up, and it's in the budget.
But are you worried, Prime Minister, that given you're telling people they have to prepare for a tough budget and to make sacrifices themselves, that they may see this announcement and say, well, why are you spending all this money on planes?
Except I want to stress that this is money that has been put aside by government over the past decade or so to ensure that this purchase can responsibly be made. The way we try to run government and the way successive governments, to their credit, have tried to do these things is, you know that at some point in the future you're going to need new ships, new planes, new armoured vehicles, etc. So you start putting the money aside now for the major purchases that you need in the future to keep your defence forces effective and operational. So this is not new spending today in the context of a tough budget. This is spending money that we need to spend that has been sensibly put aside in the past to ensure that our nation's defences remain strong.